I've not done one of these videos in a while. I think it's nice to have some positivity. I make a lot of videos about anxiety and depression and mental health because it's what I deal with every day, and a lot of you guys like those videos because it's what you deal with every day. And it's really nice to have like a community where we can all talk about difficult things and our mental health. And it's really, really important that we have that, and it's really important that we do that. But also I think it's important to have some breaks. It's important to talk about things that you've been loving, and I like to film favourites videos because I like to, one, talk about things I've been loving that I'm passionate about and that make me happy, even if I've had the worst day, because I've had a really bad couple of days. I have all these lovely things that have made me happy this month, and they're not going away, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of comforting to me, and hopefully it makes you think about things you've been loving. Even if it's like materialistic, mundane things, if there's something that's been making you happy, then it's really important. It's so important. So that's why I kind of like filming these videos. I don't film them every month because I don't think I have enough favourites to film one every month, and also maybe it would get a bit boring if I filmed one every single month. Firstly, I want to talk about books. So I read a couple of Kathy Glass books this month. These are books about a woman who's a fantastic, amazing woman who fosters children. She's fostered more than 150 children. I'm very, very interested in fostering. It would be something that I'd really like to do one day when I'm older. I'd really like to foster. And so it's been really, really interesting to read about experiences, to just educate myself a bit more on fostering. The only problem I had with these books is the writing wasn't the best. I found it quite hard to read it sometimes because it was just a bit boring at times. There was some points where I was like, you didn't have to talk about that, that's just like, I don't know, it's just like it's not that important to the book. I'm kind of reading it for an educational kind of thing, and I like the stories, but it's just sometimes the writing's a bit dull, to be honest. Next I read Dibs in Search of Self. Guys, I can't even talk about this book. It's absolutely amazing. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's probably the best book I feel like I've ever read. I was actually advised to read this as part of my counselling course that I'm doing, and oh my goodness, I absolutely love this book. It's about a little boy who is like 5 or 6 and he doesn't talk. He kind of doesn't really like human contact, he doesn't like talking to people, he finds it really difficult to be in social situations, but he's extremely intelligent, and it's from the point of view of the play therapist, and the therapist just like talks about the individual sessions that him and this little boy have, and how the little boy really comes along in the times that he sees him. And the one thing I'll say about this book is, if you're somebody that sometimes skips the epilogue, which I have been known to do, don't for this book, because it just makes it even more crazy. Like the last couple of pages is just like, oh my god. But I absolutely love this book. And the last book I read this month is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I think I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. Like, I really enjoyed it, and there are parts of it that I was like, yes, oh my god, that are really motivating. And I think it's one of those books that if you're wanting to, like, I don't know, lose weight, or you're wanting to get a new job, or you're wanting to make more money, or there's like a goal and there's like a specific thing that you want, I think it's a really fantastic book for that. But I was sent it in the buddy box. You might have known if you watched my buddy box video. And so for mental health, I don't think it's the best book ever. I feel like some parts of it are like, some parts of it are just kind of like, go on, just do it. And when it comes to mental health, that's not, as I'm sure many of you know, that's not always possible. And so from that angle, I found it quite difficult to read. There were parts of it that I was like, come on. But then there are also lots of parts of it about forgiveness and being grateful that I really enjoyed, and that it's just always a great reminder to be grateful for things. And yeah, I think I gave this like a 3 or 4 out of 5. Like, it wasn't the best book. Some parts of it I was like a bit confused about, but for the most part I did enjoy it. I have 2 like TV and film favourites this month. The first is Orange is the New Black, and I watched this like right at the start of this month, and as per usual, it was fantastic. I love Orange is the New Black. It's my favourite TV series ever. When I found out they were doing another series, I was beyond excited, and so of course it's my favourite, of course it is. If you've never seen Orange is the New Black, please watch it, especially this new series was just fantastic. I know some people thought it was a bit unrealistic and not the best series they've ever done, but I really, really loved it. In fact, after this video I might start rewatching it. That's how much I loved it. And secondly, I went to see Baby Driver at the cinema. This is something that I would never do. Like, if I didn't go with my boyfriend who really wanted to see it, I would never have gone to see it, but I'm so glad I did, because I'm just not really that into action. You know what I'm not into? Explosions and fight scenes for no reason. Like when two people are just like being really violent and like all that kind of stuff. I'm fine with it if it's for a reason. But when it's just action for the sake of action, it just really annoys me and I find it really boring. But there wasn't actually too much action in this film, and all the action and the violence that was in it, it was for a reason. All the acting in it I thought was absolutely amazing, and I actually watched it all the way through. Usually I get really bored when I'm watching films, but I absolutely loved that film. And even if you're not that into action, I'd definitely go and see it. The acting was fantastic, the storyline was really great as well. I just really enjoyed it, and it had a really good soundtrack as well, so definitely go and see that. I also thought I'd mention that I watched this month To the Bone, that's on Netflix, and obviously it's a subject that I am quite interested in. It's about eating disorders, and although I've never had an eating disorder, I think a lot of it is tied in with anxiety, and so I can really relate to people that are going through eating disorders, and it's just obviously a topic I'm interested in and would love to know more about. And so I watched it, and obviously I have lots of thoughts on it. So maybe if you're interested in me talking about it, I can talk about it some other time in a vlog or something, but I would give it a good 4 or 5 stars. I thought it was actually quite realistic, and I thought it didn't, like, what I was scared about was that they'd make the main character Lily Collins, because she is gorgeous, they'd just make her really beautiful the whole time, and they'd, you know what I mean? I just thought like they would romanticise it, and although I did feel like it was slightly romanticised at points, like that they all got on really well in the eating disorder clinic, and they were all like really good friends, and there was like, you know, no competition and stuff like that. I found that a little bit romanticised, and obviously the doctor was absolutely amazing, which I find quite romanticised because doctors aren't always great with mental health. I did actually find it quite triggering as well. Although I've never had an eating disorder, after I watched that I felt really weird. So if you are somebody that is easily triggered, or if you're somebody with an eating disorder or have ever had an eating disorder, or if you're somebody that suffers with any kind of mental health, I would just put a little warning on it and say, just you make your own call. If you feel like you could be triggered by that, then I'd maybe say I wouldn't watch it. But I thought for the most part they did really well. They really like showed anorexia, and they really showed what it was like to have an eating disorder, and I really liked that there was characters that didn't have anorexia or bulimia, because I think they're the most portrayed in the media, and when people think about eating disorders they think of anorexia, and there was people in the film that weren't anorexic or bulimic that had special requirements for eating and that kind of thing. And yeah, I thought it was actually pretty good. I thought they did quite a good job, and I was really nervous that they wouldn't, but I think they did quite a good job. I have 2 clothing favourites this month. The first is this beautiful, beautiful gingham top. I absolutely love this top. It's like super nice for my body type, I think, because I've got quite a big tummy, but I quite like my legs, and so like it's quite, I just wear like black skinny jeans with them, and then like obviously it covers up your tummy quite well because it's quite baggy. My boyfriend said it looked like I was going to milk a cow in the morning and then go to a fashion show at night. I mean, it's not the best compliment I've ever received, but I mean, sometimes people just don't get fashion, do they? Yeah, I really love it, and it's kind of like the thing that I would look at in the shop and never buy because I thought like, oh, it's a little bit weird, like it's got some frills and it's gingham and stuff like that, but I really like that it's faded gingham. It's not like super in your face gingham, it's just like nice, and the colours are nice, and I just find it really flattering and so easy to wear. I've honestly worn this top so many times. This is one of the tops that I got in Glasgow when I was there, and it was on sale, I'm pretty sure, and so I think it's just an all-round win. My next clothing favourite is this beautiful dress. I've only worn it once to my friend's birthday, but I love everything about it. The only thing is it is quite cleavagey, and I'm not really used to having my cleavage out because I just find it a little bit uncomfortable. But once I got over that, I thought it's just such a beautiful dress. Especially I really like it for my body type because I've got quite big hips, It goes in at the waist, and like the buttons are gorgeous, and it's got these beautiful big pockets, and it's like a midi length dress, and I love midi length dresses because I get to show off my tattoo, and oh, I just absolutely love it. It was really flattering, and just I felt really good when I wore it. I also have 2 random favourites this month, 2 miscellaneous items if you will. The first one being this amazing candle from Anthropology. I got my friend one because it was her birthday and she moved into a new house. I got her a pink one, I got myself a blue one, and it smells unbelievable. It's just honestly the best smelling candle ever. Look how much I've got of it left. Nothing at all. It's actually so good that I really, like a big loser, stuck in the lid to my journal so I could always remember. It's called Matcha Magnolia. Anthropology candles are always absolutely fantastic, but this one, it's just absolutely insane. I can't think of what I can do with the pot because the pot is absolutely beautiful, and like the candle's almost going to be gone. And so I want to do something fun with this, but I don't know. If you've got any ideas, please tell me, because I don't want to part with this. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love like the gold splash. Oh, maybe I could just use it as a bowl. Put some nuts in it. I don't even eat nuts, but I would if it was in this bowl. And lastly, it's a food favourite. I have been loving strip waffles. Oh my god, strip waffles are the best thing. They're like little thin waffles. You get them in coffee shops, you get them in like Starbucks and stuff. Like little thin crunchy waffles, and inside it is caramel, and it's like crunchy and like not and like cinnamony and delicious. Oh my god, they're the best things. I actually did have some to show you, but I ate them all because honestly I just can't stop. That's a dangerous thing because they are really rich and really like dense, but like once I've had one I can't just stop at one. It's a pretty serious problem. They are super addictive and just the most delicious things ever. I can't believe I never knew about them until this month because I've eaten them a lot this month. So that is all the things that I've been loving. I feel much better after making this video, just talking about my favourite things I love. It's been really, really good. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you soon. Bye!